Hey, what's going on, everybody? Happy New Year. 2024 is finally here, and so is brand new music from Nine Lashes. It has been forever since we have gotten anything from Nine Lashes, a post, a song, the faintest hint at a heartbeat or a pulse, and yet today we finally get to check out their brand new single and lyric video for their song Ready to See. I'm super excited for it. I hope you are too. We're going to discuss that and more all in today's video, so stay tuned. All right, guys. So as you can see, the logo got a little bit of a facelift for 2024. We're doing new things this year. I'm excited. I hope you are too. If you're new to the channel, my name is Adam. This is Sanctify Studios, where I like to create and examine content, really highlighting and focusing on those artists who are being sanctifying and biblical in their content. And so that covers Christian rock, Christian metal, Christian contemporary worship, Christian rap, all of the above. I have a podcast called Sanctify Radio. I've done a couple of interviews on there. Want to do more of that this year. So if all of that interests you, then you can do me a huge favor. You can go ahead and leave this video a thumbs up. You can hit the subscribe button and you can hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified when new videos arrive. And go ahead and leave a comment down below. Who is your favorite artist? Christian rock, Christian metal, Christian rap, whatever it is. This year, I'm going to try to cover them. We've got a lot of hopefully new albums on the horizon for this year. Cutlass has released a couple singles, and so hopefully that album's coming out soon. I think we're due for maybe the beginnings of a Skillet album. TFK has been putting out a bunch of content, so I don't know if that's going to lead to new music. There's just so much that can go on this year. Pillar has their 3 shows that they're doing this year, so I don't know if a new song is coming with those. It's going to be an exciting year. I think it's going to be the biggest year in quite a while for Christian rock and metal, so I'm excited for that. Yeah, guys, a lot of announcements today in the video, but I'm going to save it for later on. I've got a sponsor-ish. I'm gonna talk about that at the end of the video. I'm not going to be like one of those videos where you have to get through like a bunch of sponsors before you actually get to the content. I promise we're getting to the content. But the only thing I want to say is that my band Classic Disaster is one of those Christian rock metal bands. So if you want to support this channel, then you can go and check out my band Classic Disaster. And then if you haven't already done so, if you're new to Christian rock and metal, if you are wanting to find a bunch of different bands, you know, I'm only covering the ones that I'm familiar with on this channel. There's other channels out there like For the Rock, Metal 777, Kingdom Core, a couple of different channels that are all doing reactions and content for Christian rock and metal. So some of us lean a little heavier, some of us lean a little lighter. I'm definitely like a middle ground. And so just did the best of 2023 video. If you want to go back and check that out, it's a 3-hour long end of the year party where I just kind of talk about a bunch of bands that came out with songs and EPs and albums all through 2023. So if you want to find a list of bands that are sanctifying biblical Christian rock metal stuff, a little bit of contemporary and rap was thrown in there, you can go to that video and check it out. All right, guys, I'm super excited to dive into this. We are going to be looking at Nine Lashes. Now, like I said, it's been quite a while since we've gotten anything from Nine Lashes. I think their last release was what, 2020? Maybe 2021. I had a podcast with my brother called The Cast Bros, and we did some reactions to these songs. Yeah. So the bulk of this was in 2020, and then we had that last release Among the Stars in 2021. So like crazy that it's taken so long, because these songs were amazing. Guilty Hands came out, that was amazing. Shadows, another banger. Dear Self, so powerful of a song, and the lyric videos were so amazing. Rise, that was a really fun one where it looked like you were going through a video game in that lyric video. That was awesome. Follow, one of my favorite songs. There's such great lyrics and such great like musicianship going on in these songs, and I was really impressed with that. Among the Stars, another great song. And then just after 2021, after that release. Let me see, when was this released? So this was, let's see, where do we see when it was released? I'm not sure. It just says 2021. Let me see if I can look on here for the details. Credits? Would it go under credits? Nah, I don't know when exactly this was released, but it had to have been early in 2021 because it was right in line with all the other singles. And then just nothing until this week, which is crazy. These guys are such amazing artists, such amazing lyrics. I don't know if 9 Lashes for them is just this side gig, if they all got other jobs, if they got their families and stuff. I could totally understand, you know, not pouring in the time if you got to deal with other things elsewhere. Can totally understand that. But a band as epic as 9 Lashes to leave us hanging for 3 years, man, crazy stuff. But we are ready. I'm excited to jump into it, ready to see. So far, what I know is that Josiah Prince was helping out, I think on the production side, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. I think he was in the production side. Maybe it was the mix and mastering. Josiah Prince, the ranch, over there at the ranch, always delivers. Let's see, produced by Josiah Prince. Yeah. So this was done over at the ranch, and like, man, Josiah never fails over there. He's released banger after banger through the ranch, and so it's awesome to see 9 Lashes become a part of that family. If you guys remember, I love that like Christian rock sound, and I love that 9 Lashes has that Christian rock sound, but they have such a confidence and a like synth element to it that other bands just don't pull off as well as 9 Lashes does. So yeah, we're going to be looking at the lyric video. So I'll get out of Spotify real quick. We're going to bring this guy up. And yeah, guys, let's get to it. I'm excited for this. Ready to see 2024, the first release of 2024 that I'm looking at. And let's go for it, guys. This is Ready to See by 9 Lashes. Ooh. Loving the energy.
I didn't want to be standing underneath, watching as the tower crumbled.
Great guitar tone there.
Left in the debris, struggling to step and stumble. It was everything to me, a castle and a dream, cast into a home left hollow. It was everything to me, wasted in disease. I had to watch you burn it to the ground. Wanted what was mine, wanted what was mine.
That's cool.
Dust is settled now. None of it was mine, none of it was mine.
So good, so dramatic.
Letting it go.
So good.
Start to stretch out in the stone. I didn't want to see that it would have crushed me on my throne. The dust is settled now.
Loving the dramatic elements here, the piano.
I'm letting it go. I know with the outer cold, I never had control of
Man, 9 Lashes just writes such epic choruses and verses and hooks. Ooh, what are we gonna see here? love that right there. Nice. So good. Yeah. I am excited for what is to come. This was awesome. I feel like with Nine Lashes, you can always count on them to have these sanctifying, biblical, and what I like to call like spiritually grounding songs. There are songs that you constantly have to go to remind yourself of truth and to remind yourself to be humbled, even to remind yourself of the things that you should be resolved in, right? So we saw that in songs like Follow and Dear Self, where it's like, hey, I need to tell myself that like it's not about me. I need to be resolved in following after God, like there's certain truths that we need to remind ourselves of. And Nine Lashes does such a great job in their lyrics of injecting that biblical truth into their songs. And even though they do that, it's still poetic and it's still like so tastefully done in a way that feels like an inner conversation, if that makes sense. It's so tastefully done. And then musically, they add in these awesome elements of drama. And you got the synth, you've got the guitars, you've got the piano, you've got vocally him singing clean, almost in a talking kind of voice. Then you've got singing, you've got falsetto, you've got screaming. Like there's so many awesome elements to Nine Lashes songs. And that's all there in this song. So, and I really like too that this almost sounds... I talked about this when I was talking about the Skillet songs, how I really love a raw sound to rock and metal. And this felt a little bit more raw compared to some of their other more synth heavy songs. It makes me think of like the difference between a song like Dear Self and Rise. I remember Rise felt a little raw too. So it's really cool that they're going in that direction. So let me see if we got some lyrics here at the description. Oh, yeah. I love it when there's lyrics in the description. All right. So let's read these lyrics. And I think just before we do, general theme that I'm getting from the song is that we can sometimes be blinded by thinking that we have control and to thinking that we can build up our kingdom and that it's going to end up the way that we want it, right? We strive to have control, to build things up, to do things in our own strength and our own power. And then we're surprised, right, when it doesn't end up the way that we wanted it to be, or we're surprised when it doesn't give us the feeling of satisfaction that we thought it would, or things just don't go in the direction that we wanted it to. And so it all gets burned to the ground. It all gets flipped upside down. And so we have to then lean on Christ. We have to lean on God. And at that point, we can, open our eyes and finally see. Once we realize that we're not the ones who are in control, once we realize that we're not the ones who dictate how everything is going to go, and we can lean on God, we can lean on him to guide our steps. We can lean on him to be able to tell us, like what to do in our lives and build his kingdom rather than our own kingdom. Then we can breathe. Then we can be like, all right, God, I'm ready to see what you want to do with me. That's kind of the general theme that I was feeling from the song. So we got the verse here saying, I didn't want to be standing underneath watching as the tower crumbled. I didn't want to be left in the debris. Struggling to step and stumble, it was everything to me, a castle and a dream cast into a home left hollow. It was everything to me, wasted and diseased. I had to watch you burn it to the ground. So here's kind of an echo of that, right? So struggling in this castle that he built, this dream that was the castle, and yet we find ourselves under the rubble of that castle, but we didn't want to be there, right? Like that's the last place we wanted to be, to see our hopes and dreams, to see our aspirations end up crumbling before us, and us end up being at the at the bottom of that, crushed by the weight of it, almost like the castle in our dreams were our strength, and the very thing that we put our strength in is actually what's weakening us now. It was everything to me, wasted, diseased. It's all gone now, right? I had to watch you burn it to the ground. And then here's that selfish desire here. I wanted what was mine. I wanted what was mine. The dust is settled now, but none of it was mine. None of it was mine. I'm letting it go. Great reminder for us, guys. Like, great reminder for us. The things that we have are gifted to us, gifts of grace to us by God. And we're to be stewards of those things, right? But they're not ours. They're not ours. They're God's, that God has given to us to steward and to use for his glory. And so as soon as we think that something is ours, as soon as we try to take the glory, as soon as we think that this is something that is our kingdom, then of course we're going to be brokenhearted when it all crumbles. Of course we're going to be filled with anxiety and depression and failure and defeat, because we saw something that we put our strength and power in and our hope in completely crumble and fall. But here we're reminded, hey, the dust is settled now, and I realize that none of it was mine. I'm letting it go because none of it was mine in the first place. So the chorus says, I know in the outer cold, I never had control of nothing. I know I gotta let it go. Running to dawn that's rising. Now I'm ready to breathe. Your light will soon be found as I'm ready to see. So it's just like that kind of attitude of like, hey, I need to let this go. I need to seek the light. This could be themes of like, your word is a lamp to my feet, it's a light to my path. So I need to go towards that light. You are the way, the truth, and the life. And you're the light of the world. I need to be following after you. I need to be running towards your will, running towards what you want for my life, and not just what I want for my life. Could be little, could be referencing those things. But again, that attitude of like, I'm ready to see what you want to do with my life. I'm ready to see what you have for me, instead of me staying in this castle that I built for myself, thinking that it was going to be enough. And I need to be focused on what you have called me to do and to be and to have. Verse 2, I didn't want to see the fracture start to stretch out in the stone. I love that. The fractures start to stretch out in the stone, this hard-heartedness, right? The heart of stone, this hard-heartedness. And as God works in us, and as God changes us and takes out the heart of stone to replace it with the heart of flesh, replace it with the Holy Spirit, right? That stone is going to crack, and it's going to leave debris, right? Like if the stone is gone and the stone crumbles, it's going to leave debris. And so he's saying, I didn't want to see that fracture start to stretch out in the stone. I didn't want to see that it would have crushed me on my throne, right? Who I wanted to be, the old self, who I was, and all the things that I worked towards building. I didn't want to go through that process. But we know that's the process of sanctification. That's the process that every Christian goes through. So we go through that chorus again, or I think we even go through that pre-chorus again. I wanted what was mine. I wanted what was mine. But the dust is settled now. None of it was mine. None of it was mine. I'm letting go. A great reminder again of like, this heart even that God has given us is not our own. It's not our own. It's God's. And we have to be willing to let him work on our heart. So we got the bridge here. I built a kingdom with these hands of mine. but this is the day it all comes down. Now I take the world in through my opened eyes. Now I'm no longer blind, through the lens of my own kingdom, the lens of my own will, the lens of my own selfish desires. I've taken those lenses off, and now I see things through the lens of what God wants for me and what God wants for my life. And there you are, Let the light in, stone after stone, so hollow the home, now fractured and tossed in the sea. I'm taking a hold. I'll go where you go. I'll follow the light that I see. I'll go where you go. I'll follow the light that I see. I'm no longer going to live in this hollow home. I'm no longer going to live in the debris of what I created. I'm going to go where you want me to go with my life. Woo! Man, that's a message. Man, that's a song. I love it. Awesome job, you guys. Song produced by Nine Lashes, mixed by Jared Lankford, and looks like, so I guess produced by both Josiah and Nine Lashes. The production and the mixing and mastering stuff always confuses me sometimes, because I know there's more than one person that works on a song sometimes, and so that's all the information I have. But man, this was such a great song, and it's so good to have Nine Lashes back. It's so good. Really, like, Nine Lashes is one of those bands that I have constantly gone to when I need spiritually grounding music that's still upbeat, heavy, complete. Like their songs are so epic. I go back to the I think it's the let me pull up Spotify real quick. I think it's World We Know or World We View. Yeah, World We View. I constantly go back to that album because there's just so many great songs. You can hear the emotion. You can feel the emotion and the passion behind each and every one of these songs. 1,000 Foot Crutch is was my favorite band growing up. So of course, Adrenaline was one of my favorite songs on this album. And then you've got it's crazy to think this was like 10 years ago that these albums came out, guys. Like, oh man, From Water to War, Never Back Down, constantly going back to that song. Break the World, constantly going back to that song. Where I Belong, Lights We Burn, Surrender, such great songs. If you have not heard of Nine Lashes, you need to check these out and go support them and put these songs in a playlist, guys. Yeah, great job. So go and support these guys. Let me see if they have any other news here on the YouTube channel. Let's see, Nine Lashes lyric video. It doesn't look like they do. So guys, look. Here's the deal. Nine Lashes is not very good at marketing, okay? It's not that I don't want to say that. That's mean. It's not that they're not good at marketing. I don't think that they put much effort into the things that maybe they don't want to prioritize. They put all the effort into the lyrics and the music and just putting it out there. But when this song came out, there was nothing on their Spotify that this song was out. Or no, sorry, there was nothing on their Instagram that this song was out. All this to say, guys, we got to help Nine Lashes out, okay? This song is awesome. This band is awesome. So go to the Instagram, go to YouTube, go to wherever, Facebook, copy this music video and share it. Put it out there. Make sure everybody knows about it. I want Nine Lashes to explode. I want them to be successful. I want them I honestly want these songs to get to as many people as possible because they're such great songs. And the more that happens, I'm hoping the more that Nine Lashes will poke their heads out from underground and finally come out and do some shows. I actually remember seeing them years ago. They were opening up for Seventh Day Slumber. And I even think it wasn't Zana. Zana was there, but she was singing for Ilya, and it was Seventh Day Slumber and Nine Lashes, and I think there was one more band out in some park over here in California, and they were awesome. I wish I would have seen them more more times as they were touring, and I just only got to see them that once. But yeah, guys, Nine Lashes, they are one of the best bands in Christian rock and metal, and I'm so glad that they are back, and I'm hoping that an album is on the way. No pressure, guys, no pressure. If Nine Lashes sees this, I want you guys to know, no pressure at all. I'm very much like happy and grateful for whatever we get, but I am hoping for an album. If it's coming, I will be excited for it. All right, with that, guys, let's go ahead and talk about this sponsorship that I was gonna mention. Okay, I'm not actually sponsored, but as you guys know, I've got a band called Classic Disaster, and we have been putting out singles this last year. We put out To the Ground, we put out Escape, we put out our Christmas song, The First Noel, and all of this has been done through DistroKid. And I want to give you guys the opportunity to be able to get a little bit of a discount, and it does help this channel. It helps out the band. It helps me out because we get a little bit of a kickback from it. Now, I'm going to go ahead and set this as a disclaimer. I don't know if DistroKid is the best distribution company out there for you releasing your music. I really don't. There's CD Baby, there's DistroKid. I'm sure there's a bunch of other ones. I think the first one that I ever came out with was TuneCore when I had a band like way back in high school. But I'm using DistroKid. I've enjoyed it thus far. We have gotten some money from it, and it has seemingly been a convenient way to release music without breaking the bank. Okay, so I want to extend an opportunity to you guys to be able to release music. If you're a musician, if you're someone who enjoys creating music and you've been saving your demos in your computer and you haven't really released anything yet, I want this to be the day that you say, hey, I'm going to put out my first single on Spotify and all the other distribution places where you can listen to music, iTunes, YouTube, Pandora, wherever music is heard. DistroKid can help you get the music out there, and all you got to do is decide on what payment plan you want to go on. It's one time per year. If you're just one artist, you pay $22.99, I think it is, for 1 year, and you get 7% off of that if you use the link down in the description. Okay, if you click the link down in the description that says DistroKid, and the link will be below it, you get 7% off of $22.99. So I don't know what that is. I'll do the math for the next video. But one payment for the whole year, okay? And you get to release your music. Now, if you want there to be like YouTube scanning, if anybody posted on YouTube, if you want them to scan stuff, it'll be like a little extra. If you want them to normalize your song, it'll be a little extra. If you want, what else do they charge a little extra for? If it's a cover, there's an extra charge because cover songs have licensing stuff, whatever. But if you didn't want any of those things, if you're not a cover band, if you don't care about YouTube scans for your songs and stuff, then it literally is only $22.99 a year plus 7% off with the link below. And you can release songs as often as you like. You can release singles, you can release albums, you can release instrumentals, you can do whatever you like, and it will be that same price all year long, which is amazing. It's super awesome. That is how we've been able to release the singles, and we've put money towards doing more marketing stuff. We put money towards artwork. We've put money towards gear for our live shows. We haven't had to worry about spending extra money on just getting the song out there. So if you're interested in getting your music out there, then you can go to the link in the description, and that will give you 7% off your first year of being able to use DistroKid. Now, like I said, if you like a different distribution company, no hard feelings, no worries. That is just the one that we have used for Classic Disaster, and it has been working out for us just fine, at least in the year of 2023. So that is the sponsorship. I'll get better at, mentioning that and bringing that up so that it's not so long of a segment in these videos. But yeah, guys, thank you for sticking around. Thank you for watching the video and having this fun talk with me. Again, go and check out the best of 2023 if you haven't checked it out. It's 3 hours long, but all of the bands are time stamped. And so if you're going through it and you're like, I don't really like that band, then just go to the next band in the timestamp thing, whatever. If you start hearing deathcore and you're like, I don't like deathcore, just keep going and until you see a band that you do like, and then I'll talk about it and you can comment and let me know if I'm if you agree with me, if you disagree with me, if I'm not having good taste in music, whatever, right? Just comment, we'll talk. I enjoy going through the comments and talking with you guys, so go check out that video and I will see you in the comments there. And go ahead and do me a huge favor. If you enjoyed this video, leave this video a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when new videos arrive, and go ahead and let me know in the comments down below, what did you enjoy about the 9 Lashes song? Are you excited that they're back? How does this song compare to the other songs that they released back in 2020? What is your favorite song out of all those songs from 2020 to now? Do we think that this is going to be a part of the album? Is this song going to be included? Were those songs just, one-offs and they are writing completely new songs for a completely new album? I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. With that, guys, I'm going to end this video. I'm tired. It's late. I will see you in the next video. Take care and have a beautiful rest of the day.